Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Saints, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down the kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And right to the air is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. A second juke. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the 9th-year starter out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
To about the 33-yard line. Second down, and it's Kamara again. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. On play action, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he will have a Chiefs first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Again the juke. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly. That too. All right, game, it's one of the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
He did his best to just get full out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. On play action, they'll throw. They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. On 2nd and very short, Mahomes. James has got it, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. Touchdown, New Orleans! Chris Olave, 81 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, next-gen stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Chiefs offense set to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Throw left side complete. That's James. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. A rough go there on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him. Bring it up 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr forced out to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This Super Bowl, of course, is a huge one for this head coach. coach, the first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Again, it's Carr. Complete to Olave on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they go right down to the red zone just inside the 20. That's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. James now to return it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. He finds his man, complete. It's James. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes we get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Escaping the pressure right. And, he's unable to hold on to that defense. Falls incomplete. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good Good job declining that penalty.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
Now this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Mahomes now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A give to Kamara running right. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Now Carr.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there. Getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football.
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Again, Kamara. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And he definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He's got him in. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
There was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Carr.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Third quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
To throw his Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That strategy there, Brandon, 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Rolling to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now it's Mahomes again. A dump down to McKinnon. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Caught that look from you there. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. Travis Kelce. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from taking the lead in this Super Bowl.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Flush to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. 2 yards on the pick up there. It's 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 15. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
You got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he'll just get rid of it. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him and forced that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
116 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill taking it in from a yard out.
And the Saints are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a two-score game and a solid lead.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Eluding the press. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
They'll try again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Saints have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it out there and score a touchdown.
So now here's Derek Carr leading his guys up to go for 2.
They'll turn to Kamara.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
On first down, Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. From the 35 on second down, Mahomes.
He's got the connection to Moore.
Mahomes now on first down.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
And again, it's Mahomes.
And he is going to be taken down. They got it, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Richie James, 63 yards.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Kamara up the middle.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. The busy night continues for Kamara. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 13. 46 seconds to go. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. Mahomes finding Kelsey, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And that won't help much. Only a yard on first down. And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here. And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Next up, the Patriots are on the clock. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock. Next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock. It's the New England Patriots, now on the clock. On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints. On the clock now, the Baltimore Ravens. It's the New Orleans Saints, now on the clock. The New England Patriots are now on the clock. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock.